The eulogy I never gave, a tribute, a plea, a promise. I'm not aware of any time limitations on tributes. Good thing, this one has spent a lifetime in development and the last 8 years being edited in my head. But it's more than a tribute. It's a plea for forgiveness, because who doesn't have regrets? It's also a promise for my future and the future of your grandson that you unfortunately never had the privilege of holding. But let's start with a tribute. As much as I love to write, I've put this off because I felt it was impossible to capture your essence in words. Then I realized I don't have to. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your friends and family already know. So what was it that made Joannie? You had the prettiest feet, made prettier with painted toes and cute sandals. You had quirks that still make people smile, like the salt shaker you used to keep in your purse, and the way you would meticulously cover yourself with napkins at the movies. And those legs, killer. Why didn't I get those? I did, however, get the prematurely gray hair, so thanks for that. Or maybe it's from Dad, I don't know. Let's just blame him. And that little button nose, adorable. Beyond your cuteness, your warmth is what drew people in. You could always make someone's day better, happier, or both. That huge, warm, welcoming smile of yours gave me so much joy and comfort. I always wanted to be around you. Your actions were always so genuine and never self-serving. You were trustworthy, smart, funny, and pragmatic. You were my rock. I knew that you had a strong influence on the lives of others besides mine, but I didn't realize how far-reaching your influence was until you passed. I thought I had the exclusive license on that pain, but then it became obvious that what you were to me, you were to so many others. Your absence created such a huge, vacant hole for your closest friends and family. For such a little person, you took up a lot of space. Beyond all this, I am in awe of your strength. I wish I knew your secret. How were you able to be such a compassionate, empathetic, and all-around lovely person, but also be able to kick ass at a moment's notice? This leads me to my plea for forgiveness. Others may find this ridiculous. They say I was a perfectly wonderful daughter, but I think I failed you. My whole life I watched you conduct yourself with an abundance of grace. When your own mom was sick with cancer, you took care of her for 5 years. You brought her into your home, talked to her doctors, handled her medications, coordinated visits from her friends. And all that time I never knew what an incredible strain that must have been. I never even saw you cry. Your strength came out in so many ways, like your own health issues. Living with Crohn's disease and all that went with it would be more than most people could handle. But in typical Joan fashion, you counseled other Crohn's victims. This is my way of apologizing for not showing the same grace during your time of need. Now that I'm a mother, I realize that the hardest part about being terminally ill is probably not that you're going to die. It's that you're leaving behind a child who you know will suffer. When I think about all the times I broke down in front of you, I'm furious with myself. Instead of making your last days easier, I'm sure I made them harder. I was desperate for you to know the depths of my love for you, but I should have chosen another platform, and for that I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't have someone into the hospital to color your hair. I'm sorry you were forced to give updates to your friends because I couldn't. I'm sorry I couldn't stand up before all your friends and family and deliver a beautiful eulogy on the day of your memorial. I know what you're saying now. Oh, Beeb, let it go. I had to ask for forgiveness anyway. And now my promise. I promise to try my best to live up to your legacy, to face hardship with strength, to raise my son according to your example, to teach him to love all people, to be compassionate and loving, to understand that he's no better than anyone else, to be responsible with my money but still be spontaneous, enjoy life, and splurge once in a while, to feel thankful instead of entitled. I promise to keep your spirit alive by talking about you often. Your best friends help me with this. They love to talk about you, and hearing your name is like music to my ears. Sometimes they even tell me stories about you that I didn't know. Those moments are golden. I still miss you every day, Thinking of that moment when we said goodbye can still bring tears to my eyes in a second. Thank you for the unending love and support. Thank you for being so proud of me. I always knew you were. Thank you for not laughing at me when I called to ask how to boil water. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for being an amazing woman and an incredible example. I know you've secured a great spot up there. You're probably on a lounge chair looking out over a beautiful body of water with an iced tea in your hand. There's so much more I want to say, but I think I'll leave that between us. I love you, Mama.